Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this special edition of the Not So Random Talk. I am Chidiaku, Marketing Manager in PSI Metals, and I am joined today by an esteemed guest, one of our product managers. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Heinz-Josef Ponte. I'm Product Manager in PSI Metals for Liquid and Energy.
All right. So, Heinz, first of all, I want us to talk about the dilemma that we have ongoing. And the dilemma we have ongoing is that the steel industry, unfortunately, is one of the major contributors to greenhouse gas emissions. However, steel is super important. So talk to me about this dilemma. What's the steel industry doing to curb this major contribution to its greenhouse gas emissions?
Yeah, you said it. Steel is one of the important engineering materials. It's causing a huge amount of CO2 today. We have around about 1.8, 1.9 tons per metric ton of steel, which is produced, so 1.9 tons of CO2 emission today. And we need to find a solution there. And the solutions are already found, so our customers are working on that. They are on the transition path, on the transformation path of their steelmaking plant. And the major change there will be to change the classical blast furnace BOF steelmaking to DRI-based steelmaking. DRI-based steelmaking means green DRI. Green DRI is based on hydrogen. Hydrogen will be used to deoxidize the iron ore. And DRI will then become the material, the input material for the different steelmaking routes. Another way is to change from BOF steelmaking to electric arc furnace steelmaking. Electric arc furnace steelmaking is used today. It's based on scrap, based on recycled scrap, so that is also contributing to the circular economy. So that is another part. So the steel industry will combine these different production methodologies, different processes, using DRI, green DRI, and electric arc furnace steelmaking. And we will have combinations of the different production facilities, of the different routes in one steel plant, and we call that hybrid steel plants. And that will be the way steel will be produced in the next years, even in the next decades.
Okay, wow, that's pretty interesting, and it's great that the steel industry is actually making efforts to transform. And I mean, what I need to ask next is, what are we at PSI Metals, what are we doing to help our customers in the steel industry on this path towards decarbonization?
Yeah, PSI Metals is the number one supplier of production management systems in the steel industry, and we are preparing, and we have prepared our tools to support the customers. And I was mentioning this hybrid steel plant, so that will be another level of complexity. So we will have different production methodologies in parallel, and we have to manage that. So we will have BOF routes, we have EAF routes in combination, we will have the DRI facility. So we need to plan that, we need to schedule that. And therefore, we have a nice tool, we call that Online Heat Scheduler, which is planning and scheduling the production in steelmaking on a very detailed basis. So based on caster sequences, we are going to calculate, we are going to optimize the routes and the exact timing of the heats in the steel plants. And we are supporting our customer there to leverage the complexity of this steel plant there. And there will be another dimension, energy. So all that will be based on huge amounts of electricity, which are needed in the future to create hydrogen, to create the DRI. And that will be another level of complexity we have to manage in the production, to consider also the energy availability and the demand while scheduling.
All right, that's fantastic. I mean, that was nicely put, Heinz. So there you have it, folks. Stay tuned for the next episode, episode 2. In episode 2, we're going to talk more about what the OHS, the Online Heat Scheduler, does with energy, with green energy, with this huge amounts of energy that we're dealing with. So stay tuned. Thank you for joining me in this episode, Heinz. Until the next episode,